I think it's a really easy thing to say no to, and to think, I'll do it another time. And it's not what I need to be spending my money on right now with all the changing priorities in life every day. And now that it's completed, there is nothing else our family should have spent the time doing over those few weeks. It's it's so important to have that recording. It is going to be even more important for my children to have that recording. Um, I can pass on some of these stories, but they're so young right now. My parents have told them some of them, but to be able to hear them when they're older, when they're not going to be here, is just going to be enormous for them. And there's nothing else that we should have done other than that in terms of our time and what we should have given to the project. Um, it's absolutely surpassed my expectations in terms of what we were going to get afterwards. Um, and I think I'm it's something I can't speak more highly of, and all my friends have known I've been doing it because I've been so excited, both doing the recordings and me having to think about it. But when I got the recordings back of not just my parents, but actually my brother as well, in terms of hearing from him when I don't normally get a chance to hear that much from him. Um, he's much more of a closed book, a bit like my father. So to actually hear him being interested and asking questions and wanting to know more, it's really joyful. Yeah, so I think when I went into it, I only thought about it from the perspective of the listening back and what I would get back from my parents in terms of new learnings. What I didn't think about was the process I would go through in terms of preparing for the calls and being on the calls, in terms of allowing myself the space and the time to remember and to prioritize and to think about what I wanted to have recorded. And I genuinely it sounds really bad. I hadn't even thought about my brother in terms of hearing from him, and that was so special. I've only, my brother's wedding speech is kind of the only thing I've ever really been able to pin him down on in terms of, let's be a little bit more emotive, let's talk about our feelings, and let's actually show how much we care about people. And then I think to then have that recording, um, it's amazing. And I think the connection across, my kids will listen to it, his kids will listen to it, things that we're not going to have the time to share with them as they grow up and we're all busy. Um, that recording is so important. I absolutely love them. And I think you can hear it in my voice in the recordings, right? Because I think that's the thing. We all get so bogged down with all our everyday worries and stresses. You forget how lucky we are to be on this planet, right? And the memories, the absolutely core fundamental memories that come out from this. And what I absolutely loved, and I was laughing so much listening to all the recordings and also just amazed in that the threads we all picked up on were so similar. And that is just brilliant, right? It wasn't just me having a great time. My whole family was having a great time, and they want to express their gratitude, their feelings at the time, and to get that across, uh, it's it's the basis of being a family, right? The reason oral history has survived so long is because it is such a wonderful form of storytelling, and it's the most realistic form because it's it's being passed on in a collective manner through memories, right? And I just think it's absolutely beautiful, and it's such a wonderful way to pass on your history.